Alright guys, now I just have to preface this video by saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not any kind of financial advice here, guys. This is merely something I have decided to do with my money, and I understand the massive amount of risk involved with a trade like this. But it's one of these trades out there where I could easily lose 100% of my investment, or I could easily triple or quadruple my money based on how this stock performs. And the idea for this trade came from something I experienced about a week ago. So guys, about a week ago, I was on the hunt for some home gym equipment because I typically go to the gym 3 times a week at least, sometimes even 4 or 5 if my schedule allows it. And as I'm sure we all know, due to the closure of businesses, gyms have been closed for about 4 or 5 weeks now. Now, I wasn't exactly sure how long this closure would last, so I didn't end up buying any equipment, but when the closure was extended until May 15th, I said, I gotta get my hands on some home gym equipment because I was losing my mind not being able to work out. So I went on Craigslist and I typed in free weights for sale, and I found somebody selling a Bowflex bench as well as some adjustable weights for $1,500. Now, I've never bought any Bowflex equipment, so I didn't know what these things actually cost, but I decided to go on the Bowflex website to determine what the actual price was for these weights to see if this was actually a fair price. So I went on the Bowflex website, I found pretty much the exact adjustable weight set and bench that this person was selling, and the combination of those 2 items would be around $500 brand new. So this person was price gouging, tripling the price of this equipment because of the demand for home gym equipment. So I decided, screw it, I'm just gonna order this off of the Bowflex website. But then I went to order this equipment and I got hit with an out of stock notification. And then I looked at the other free weights that were for sale, and all of those across the board were also out of stock. So I decided to broaden my search, and I figured, okay, maybe I'll take a look at the bigger home gym equipment. It's more expensive, but it's probably a decent investment in case anything like this happens again. And yet again, I find they are entirely out of stock of this multi-$1,000 equipment for setting up a home gym. So then this got me thinking, and I said, you know what? I bet you that Bowflex has sold a lot more home gym equipment over the last couple of weeks than they had anticipated because nobody saw this pandemic coming or the closure of businesses, so it wasn't forecasted into any of their sales models. So I looked into it a little bit, guys, and I found out that Bowflex is owned by a larger company called NAUTILUS, which is essentially this very large home gym equipment supplier. Now, as far as the stock goes, it's basically what we call a penny stock, meaning it trades for under $5 per share. In fact, earlier this year, before the pandemic started, this stock was barely above $1 per share, which is immediately a red flag that this stock is under some kind of financial duress, because if a stock is below $5 per share, that is a major red flag, meaning this company is at risk of being delisted from the stock market. But in the recent weeks, this stock had gone from about $1.50 per share up to around $5 per share. So I've noticed that I must not be the only one that came to this conclusion that Nautilus is likely going to sell more equipment in the next couple of months than anticipated. So I decided to go out on a hunch here, guys, and I made a speculation. And it's very important that we understand the difference between an investment and a speculation. An investment is where there is minimal downside, the risk is understood, and it's very unlikely that you're going to lose your entire investment. With a speculation, it is largely uncertain, and you need to understand that it's very possible to lose 100% of your invested capital. And as a general rule of thumb, guys, back to Benjamin Graham, you should speculate with no more than 5% of your portfolio. So this is a relatively small investment compared to my total stock market investment, but I didn't buy shares of Nautilus stock. For the first time ever, I dove into the world of options and I bought some options contracts on Nautilus, but this isn't going to be a video dedicated towards options contracts. I just want to give you a quick explanation to what I purchased and how this vehicle works and what types of returns I may be able to see as a result. So I ended up buying something called a call option on NLS stock or Nautilus, and this is like the most basic beginner options out there. They get far more confusing than this. But a call option essentially gives the owner the right to buy shares of a stock at a set price at a set point in time. So essentially, there's a set price that you're able to buy that stock at, regardless of if it's double that price or triple that price. You can buy it at that price at that date in time. Now, the important thing to understand here, guys, is that if the stock is below that price when that date comes around, your option expires out of the money and you lose 100% of the option premium, which is essentially the money that you pay in order to have that option to buy those shares. So I ended up buying 6 call options of NLS for $1.50 as the premium for those options. But you have to understand, it didn't cost me $9 or $1.50 times 6, and that is because every options contract is the right to buy or sell 100 shares. So by purchasing 6 contracts, I now have the right to buy 600 shares of Nautilus at the strike price of $5 per share. So the true cost here is $1.50 times 600, meaning these 6 options contracts cost me $900. Now, if I had gone out and purchased 600 shares of Nautilus stock directly, it would have cost me around $3,000. So by purchasing these options contracts, I am employing something called leverage, which gives me a control of a larger amount of assets for a smaller amount of money, and that is why there is a significant amount of risk associated with options trading. And it's important to understand here, guys, that if my options contracts expire out of the money, so for example, if Nautilus stock does not climb above $5 per share, I lose 100% of that invested money. Now, if they're somewhere above $5, but they're not above my break-even point, I would make some amount of money, but I wouldn't recoup my initial investment. So in order for me to make money from these options contracts, by October 18th of this year, Nautilus stock has to be at $6.50 or above for me to break even or make money. But the exciting part here, guys, is that for every dollar above $6.50 that Nautilus climbs, I earn a return of $600 because I am in control of 600 shares. Now, I don't necessarily have to hold on to these options contracts until the expiration. I can sell them at any point in time. And since Nautilus stock has gone up significantly over the last couple of days, I'm already in the money on these options contracts with a pretty sizable return based on the small amount I have invested. So I bought these options contracts through Robinhood, commission free. So now we're gonna open up the app and I'll show you guys exactly what I purchased and what my return is so far on these options that I purchased on Monday. Alright guys, so here we are inside of my Robinhood app, and just so you guys are clear here, that's not my total return on these options. I do have a couple of shares here of Boeing, and then 2 index funds that I did in a $500 portfolio I put together a couple of weeks ago. But up top here, you can see my Nautilus options now have an options premium of $1.90, and as I said, I paid $1.50. So as of right now, I am up 26% already on these options contracts, meaning if I were able to sell them at the option premium here of $1.90, I would effectively make about $240 as a return. Now again, it's important to understand here, guys, that there's no guarantee that I could sell these options at $1.90 because there's not a massive amount of people looking to trade these options, so the prices can fluctuate drastically. But what I'm likely going to do, since I have until October 16th, I'm going to hold on to this and see what happens. Maybe if I double my money, I will sell these options, but I'm going to take it day by day and see how this stock performs. But again, guys, this is not something I would be doing with a massive amount of money. It's a total speculation or a gamble. I could lose it all or it could pay off pretty big. But since it's the first time I've ever traded options, I wanted to share the video with you guys and be as transparent as possible. So anyways, guys, there you have it. That is by far the riskiest investment I have ever made in my investing history. Let me know what you guys think about this trade down in the comment section below. Do you think it's a good one? Do you think I'm going to lose all my money? I would love to hear what you guys think. And if a lot of people want to see it, I can do an update video down the road if I decide to sell these options or let you know what I've done with this investment. If you guys want to check out the Robinhood investing app yourself, they offer commission-free stock, ETF, and options trading, as well as cryptocurrencies. And I've got a link down in the description below. If you use that link, you'll get a free stock when you sign up. I am affiliated with Robinhood, so I may also earn a commission in the process. But thanks so much for watching this, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next video.